Well, welcome back to the Y.E.S Longevity Podcast, where we give you insight on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. We have no housekeeping this week. It's the middle of the summer. Very, very, very little's going on.
Very little.
Place is a little bit slower than normal, which is understandable, especially in the heat. Today, 100 degrees out there. It is piping hot out. Just getting hot enough for a nice run this afternoon.
Oh, I don't think so.
I hope I get home before the thunderstorms. So today we have a special guest, Y.E.S superstar Stephanie. Stephanie has been with us for coming up on 8 years now. Thanks for coming on board with us today.
Thank you.
Stephanie's going to give a little perspective because she was with us before we were Y.E.S Fitness.
That's right.
So there's been a lot of change since then.
Mm-hmm.
I hope for the good.
Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
we're going to talk about that. So
Absolutely.
thanks for coming on board today. We really appreciate you giving us some insight on your journey of exercise and what you've been able to accomplish, or maybe not accomplish. I don't know. And so way back 8 years ago, because you started in October, I think we looked that up.
Yeah.
So somewhere along the line in the next month or two, you're starting to think about exercise. And so what was going on in your life way back then that you thought about, maybe I need to start an exercise program?
Well, my sister was actually the one who got me going on it. And she had joined and she said, I think you would like this place. She felt really comfortable from the beginning. She said we could do it together, which is always a good thing when you need to exercise, to have a buddy or a friend.
Buddy system works.
It really does. So she said, I think you should give it a try. So I did. And I've been coming ever since.
Yeah. I forgot that Stephanie came first.
Yeah, Denise.
Denise
Denise,
came
right,
first.
right.
Denise came first.
Right.
She was coming for a little while. And back then, we must have been doing 30-30 back then, I think.
I think so.
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
equipment.
A lot more equipment.
Yeah.
A lot more equipment,
Yeah.
right? And we used to include our cardiovascular work in the workout.
Right.
Whereas now that's a little bit separate. We do a full hour of strength. So that's right.
Right. Yeah.
Denise
So
was
that's
here
how it
first.
started. That's how it started. And, I've been coming ever since. And she comes with me sometimes. I think the good thing is that now that you've gotten into a routine, it's great if we can come together. But if she doesn't come, I'll still come and vice versa.
Right.
Which is nice. So
we do see you guys together a lot, but sometimes you come upset. Well, that's because you made friends now.
right.
Right? I mean,
right.
everybody knows
right.
you guys, right?
Right.
That's what happens when you come the same time all the time.
Yeah,
Every
it
single
is.
week,
It
for
is.
8 years.
That's nice. I like that.
You see
I
a
like
few
that.
people come and go, but there's a lot of people stick in those time slots.
There are. There are.
And most of the people are your demographic.
For sure.
Did you exercise before you started? I forget.
Well, some walking. I think we did walking, when Denise and I would do walking. But in terms of a more balanced program, I guess
Right.
you would say, with the weights and different things, no.
Something a little more structured.
Something more structured. Yes, absolutely.
So what do you like about lifting? Because if you didn't like lifting, you wouldn't come here.
Right. Well, I think I like a couple of things. Number one, every time I go to my doctors, they always say, are you doing any weight kind of bearing exercise? And I could say, yep, check to that. So I like that. And they're always happy to hear that. And they'll say, keep it going. And I think too, when you first start out and you can't lift a lot and, you don't think that you're that, I don't know if I would say weak, but that you're not able to, hold a lot more. So seeing that increase, I think, is always a bonus. At the beginning of the month, it's always tough.
Right.
By the end, it gets better. Certainly, a lot of the coaches or trainers don't let you off the hook and will give you a little higher one and say, I really think you could do this. So
yeah, my staff is like that.
They are like that. But they're doing it for the right reason.
Right.
And because sometimes they know you better than you know yourself. Which is okay.
I'm pretty sure. Well, one thing that we do that I think that really helps you guys a lot is that we stay with the same exercises for a month.
Yes.
So that you can learn them a little bit, and then you can see some progress. You can see that you're able to lift a little bit more, maybe do a few more reps, things like that. I think that really helps people rather than constantly changing. We already know that it's not good for the body to change every time you come in.
Right.
But I think psychic-wise, for the coach, for the client, two things. One, you come in and you know what to expect. And two,
Right.
you're able to see some progress. Whereas if I'm changing the exercises every time you come in the door, You can't see that. You don't know.
Right.
You don't
I
know.
agree with that. I think
Mhm.
routine, because routine from a lot of people, whether it's in your job or in your life, is your sanity.
Yeah.
And so coming in and not having surprises
Mhm.
and knowing what that's going to be like, I like that. I like that a lot.
Now, I don't coach you that much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
did over the years, but I don't coach you that much anymore because I do more semi-private. And, by 4:30 in the afternoon, I've been here for 9 or 10
A
hours. It's
while.
time to go home. A while. But I've been thinking back. I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, for the most part, those 8 years, you've been injury free. Have you? You never had any shoulder problems? Maybe knees a
No,
little bit.
knees a little
Uh-huh.
bit, knees a
Mhm.
little bit. And, I'm conscious of that. And, arthritis comes along with the years. So you're always fighting that. But no major injuries, no major injuries.
That is a testament not only to, I think, our coaching and our systems and our
Mhm.
programs, but it's also a testament to you being able to come and do things consistently and knowing your limitations, because a lot of people will jump into things too hard too fast
Right.
and hurt themselves.
Right.
Or if they do feel something, if they come in ache and pain one day, they'll try to push through it, which is not good for you.
Right.
And your consistency has developed a base. A base is very important in a lot of different areas. They talk about the base in your head and have a cognitive base as we get older.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be healthy enough so that if we do get sick, we have a little bit of base to fall back on.
Right.
And you've developed that base in your strength that you're able to cut it back a little bit sometimes if you need to,
Mm-hmm.
and been able to build everything up to a point where you're just less likely to get injured.
For sure. And I think with me, I have a left knee that's always a little cranky, and it's arthritis, and, you keep the stretching and the movement going. But I think also the coaches and the trainers, they know that, and they're always willing to give you an alternative.
Right.
And that's huge for me.
Right. Well, I think that's huge for about 98% of our clients.
Yeah. Right. Right. Exactly.
Even though we do have injuries and we have things we have to worry about because we all are a little older, we still work hard.
Right, for sure. Oh yeah. I've never left here and haven't broken a sweat. I mean, probably 5 minutes in. You could do that in the warm up, but yeah.
So, what do you think you've gained from that strength training?
Well, I mean, certainly, I think you feel stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I think energy wise. I think in terms of stress, I think sometimes after you leave here and heading into the next day, even a couple of days afterwards, I think your stress level is a little bit different because I think you feel a little bit more balanced. And energy wise, well, I mean, I just retired this year from teaching, but certainly when I was doing that, you could never have enough energy.
Right.
So, do I want more? For sure. And now what I'm hoping for is, since I am retired, that I could come even more and maybe, have maybe a different set of goals, so to speak,
Right. I know you're always stressed, especially at the end of the year from teaching constantly. Stephanie, what's going on? You're stressed. My schedule's crazy. It's hard for me to get here, stuff like that. But I know that teaching's a lot tougher than people think it is, because you have to be on stage all the time. All the time,
and you're on your feet, and which is a mixed blessing,
right?
And certainly at the end of the day, when the kids have left, you really just want to sit there and maybe just veg out. But again, I think having a purpose and knowing that you could come here and sort of work it out or de-escalate, in a different way. I mean, I'm smart enough to know that's a better way.
Yeah.
That's a better way.
Now that you have more time, I'd love to see you do some metabolic workouts.
I have done that in the past, maybe once or twice, but not in a long time.
Not a long time. But you have a little bit more time now. So,
for sure.
I mean, we always put an emphasis on strength. You need to do strength training twice a week. Really important for the body. If you're not doing it twice a week, consistently, whatever you're doing is just not going to stick. But if we can sneak a third day in there, we get a little metabolic.
Well, and I've always tried to go twice, but if I could go 3, I think that would be great. And I think that would be a new goal for me now with my new life, so to speak.
Right after this broadcast, we're going to sit down and figure that out.
Okay.
We'll see if we can figure something out, because it might be what we might need to do is instead of you putting right into a Get Lean class,
Hmm.
that we come in and we just do a little metabolic on your own specific metabolic
Hmm.
once or twice, so you get the feel of it again, and then we get you comfortable before we put you into the Get Lean class.
Right.
Because, jumping right into it could be a little hairy.
Yeah, and I think sometimes because I usually see those people before I come to the Get Strong class, and they've been doing it for a long time, so it's a
Right.
little bit intimidating.
Absolutely, it can be. It
Yeah.
can be. So we'll figure that out. We'll figure out a schedule where we can have you just come in, and we'll do Stephanie's own private metabolic workout specific for her.
Okay.
Get you
Okay, that sounds
acclimated and
good.
accustomed to it.
That
Plus,
sounds
it's going to
good.
help us to know what movement patterns you can do. Because of the arthritis in the knee and things like that, we'll be more prepared when you get into a group setting. The coach should know. I mean, the coaches know you now because of all the strength work you've done.
Right.
But it's a little bit different in a Get Lean class.
Right. Yeah, I would imagine.
So I always like to ask people, I usually get the standard answer, but what's your favorite exercise?
I like planking. I
Me
like
too.
anything. Because I feel that over the time I've been here,
Yeah.
it's gotten better. And where I used to dread it,
Yeah.
now it's okay.
Cool.
So I kind of like that. I know I mentioned that to my sister, and she said, "Are you crazy?"
I know most people say I hate every exercise.
And of course, anything with the balls, anything with those exercise balls are always great. Yeah,
Oh,
those are
nice.
great.
Good. Planks.
Those are great.
Nice. No, they're good for you. We do them all the time, right?
Right.
We do some
right.
kind of plank somewhere along the line in almost every single workout. So
Right.
we do vary it up and mix it up a little bit, things like that. So, so Stephanie and I do on a different side of the fence here on something. Okay. Although my Yankees got their butts kicked
Yeah.
3 out of 4
Okay.
this past weekend,
Right.
you're making mincemeat of our pitching.
I'm telling you, I think anybody out there, if you have a kid that shows any pitching, I think that's a way to go, because God knows everybody needs them.
Everybody needs it,
Everybody.
don't they?
Everybody.
I mean, I think the Sox' biggest problem this year so far has been their pitching.
No
and
doubt.
their bullpen, and
No
Sale's
doubt.
not been pitching well, and Vivaldi hasn't been around. He's coming back now. I mean,
Right.
their hitting has always been there. I think they're 1 or 2 in the league in runs scored or
Right.
offense.
I always had the bats.
And Yankees pitching is just pathetic.
And I do think we play each other way too much.
We do play a lot.
Yeah,
We do, yeah.
and I'm not sure how that goes, if that's all about TV ratings or money.
Well, we
everything's
know it's about money.
Yeah,
We know it's about
everything's
money. I do think that obviously money's involved. I think ratings is involved with that. I
Mhm.
also
Yeah.
think that travel is involved in that.
Yeah, that's true.
Not just the cost of travel, but we don't want to get too far on this subject. But I'm not sure that today's athletes are as mentally tough. They need days off.
Yeah, true.
But
True.
I think travel, is the biggest thing to do with it.
Yeah.
Not, if the Yankees are playing in California, how many people are staying up until 11 o'clock at night to watch the game?
The game. True enough.
You
True
retired
enough.
people can, but we can't. We workers can't stay up that late. And even if I was retired, I probably wouldn't stay up that late. So I don't think they get the same TV ratings. And things
No
like that
doubt.
for sure.
Yeah,
But
no
it's
doubt.
a shame because you don't see the West Coast athletes as much.
Right.
you
Right.
know? You
Right.
just don't see them as much. But
Right.
yeah, we're even though we're still 9 games up, I think we gave the Sox some hope.
I think so.
I really
I
think
think so.
I think they came in that series energized and ready to roll a little
Yeah. You don't know. It's still quite a few games left to play. So we'll see.
We
We'll
waked
see.
the sleeping giant. I know we did. I know we did.
Never know. You never know.
You never know.
No.
You never know.
162 games. That's a lot.
It's a long time.
A long time. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, what would you say is the exercise you hate the most?
Let's see. Well, of course, anything to do with any kind of jumping,
yeah.
I'm not big on
right.
with my knees. Although, you even when they say you do a single leg, they say you can do a double leg. So, or the ladder, with the jumping, I don't mind some of them. If you can get a good rhythm going.
Is the ladder okay if you're just doing some movement
Yes.
patterns, not a
Yes.
jump?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. But so I would say those are the ones that I'm not big on push-ups, but then I don't think a lot of people like those.
Push-ups are very tough, not to be, sexist. They're very difficult for female. And push-up is really a dynamic plank.
Oh yeah,
right? It's a
true.
dynamic plane.
Okay.
So you probably have enough core strength to do it. Just upper body wise and things like that, and what you've dealt with over the years, I think that's probably one of the bigger issues more than your core strength.
Yeah.
But there's more important things to do in life than push-ups.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, and it's always a good balance, a good mixture here, which is
Yeah.
always good.
Mhm.
Which always good. I like that. I like that.
So you keep coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you keep coming back?
Well, I think a lot of reasons. I think because when I leave, even though I'm tired and I'm sweaty, I feel good.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of the soreness or the tightness when I come in, even with my arthritis, when I come out, I feel a lot lighter and not in any kind of pain.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like that feeling a lot. I like the fact, like you were saying, about the predictability of the classes and knowing what's expected. I like something that's easy. I'm not big on surprises. I don't
Right.
like surprises.
Mhm.
And you know what? I really like the people here.
Yeah.
And I've seen lots of people come and go
Yep.
over the years,
Oh yeah.
which happens with anywhere.
Mhm.
And I like the people a lot because, most of us that are coming in here, we're not body weight people, we're not big lifters and we're not models, we're really trying to stay as healthy for as long as we can, and having people, I think, that support you and that can give you alternatives and are very motivating, but can also laugh and and you can ask them anything, that's a big deal to me. That's a very big deal.
My coaches always say they enjoy, you guys in class, you and Denise in class, and even that whole little group of people that have been coming together like that for a long time. It's just fun to coach people too that because you can push them a little bit and you can joke around and have a little fun.
Right.
You go into a room full of 20 people, you don't know who they are. Yeah, you're going to be up there. You got to try to motivate them, but it's not the same as the intimacy of knowing who that person is,
Right.
and knowing a little bit about their life and what they're doing, and what their struggles are, and what their achievements have been, and things like that. It's definitely a different environment.
Yeah.
Big place like that.
I like that. That's huge for me. That's huge. It keeps me coming back.
Yeah. So if anybody's on the fence, thinking about coming down here, checking this out, what would you tell them?
I think you have to jump in the pool, so to speak. That's what I used to tell my kids. You just got to try it. And I think if you come in and you give it a chance and you give it a little time, I think you'll keep coming back, because I think the people that make up the classes, the trainers, the coach, the schedule, I think it all works, and I think it would work for most people. Certainly most people my age.
It's worked for you for 8 years now. Almost 8 years.
Right.
And
Right.
longer for Denise. Now that I think about it, longer for Denise.
It is. I think she's got one more than me. I'm sure she'll tell me. As sisters do.
So I really appreciate you coming on today.
Absolutely.
We love coaching you. We enjoy coaching you all these years now. And I appreciate your business. And I also appreciate the fact that you let me help you with your health. It's important to us that we're not just here. We're not just about exercise. We're about helping people get through their lives healthier, longer, and more satisfying.
Absolutely.
So thanks for coming on board today.
Okay. Thanks.
So that's what we got for you today. We'll look for us again next Tuesday at 3:30 for more insight on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. Actually, I think next week is week 52. That it will be 1 year at this.
Wow.
Who thought I'd have a year's worth of stuff to talk about?
Time goes by.
And I'm going to talk about why we're tired.
Oh, that's a
why
good
we're
one.
tired. Because I visited a bunch of my friends over the weekend, and all I heard about is I just have no energy. I'm tired. And I'm going to explain to you why that is, and how to stop that feeling. Might have a little something to do with exercise. So
okay.
Look for us next week for more insight on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.